Hey, I'm James, the CMO of Dr. Dean's Pools, and welcome to our chemistry testing series. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to use the Taylor test kit to test for a swimming pool's pH levels. If you want to learn more about how to adjust your pool's pH, please click in the top right hand corner now, or click the link in the video description to watch that video. Now, every great test starts with taking a great sample of water. We use the Taylor Technologies full array test kit here, and one of the most important pieces of kit in this is the comparator right here. Now I'll get more into this comparator once we get inside, but right now I'm going to show you how to take a water sample to test your pH, which goes into the large tube right here. So in order to get the most accurate sample with this comparator, what we're going to have to do is invert the comparator so the opening is on the bottom. You're going to submerge it about 18 inches underwater, or just about to your elbow, and then you're going to flick it back up. It's going to empty the bubbles out, pick it back up, and then you have a nice full vial. And this is how we're going to do all of our testing, regardless of how much water we need in the comparator. Now that you know how to collect a great water sample, let's move inside so that I can show you how to test for pH. So in order to test our pH, the reagent that you're going to need is reagent number 4, and it's always handy to have reagent number 5 right behind it. So we're just going to move these out of the way. So in order to test the pH, we're actually going to use the larger comparator, whereas we use the smaller one for the chlorine. And if you look on the side, just like the chlorine had a 9, on the side of this one it has a 44. We're going to need to get that water level down to that 44 milliliter mark. Once you've gotten the water to the appropriate level, you're just going to need reagent number 4 in order to test and find out what the actual pH level is. So you're going to take reagent number 4 and give it 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there, just like that. Put the cap back on, grab your rubber caps once again. You always want to avoid putting your hand on top and turning it like that. Always use these rubber caps when you can. So I'm going to cover that over. And again, we don't need to shake it, we just need to invert it. Air bubble through, air bubble once more. Get it up to some kind of light source. If you're outside, it'd be the sun. Here, I'm using this light. So I'm going to hold it up there. I'm going to compare this to the colors on the right hand side where it says pH. So if I hold this up and I look, I can tell that this pH was 7.8. 7.8 is on the top end of the spectrum, that's fine. But I want to show you reagent number 5 and how this can come in super handy. Taylor Technologies has got this handbook where you can actually find out the very specific measurements of acid or sodium carbonate that you're going to need in order to adjust your pool's pH. More often than not, adjusting a pool's pH with acid to get it down is more difficult than trying to add something like sodium bicarb in order to increase it. So our reagent number 6 doesn't get much use, especially in Florida. If you've got a salt pool in particular, the pH is always going to tend to rise more than fall. So keeping reagent number 5 on hand, what you can do with this is if you open up the pH test that you've just done, and if you put in 1 drop of this, 1, put the cap back on, and then again invert this, you can see that this has actually changed color, and the color that is now is actually about 7.4. So what you can do is cross-reference the fact that you use 1 drop of reagent 5 to get the color down to 7.4, which is the pH range that we want. If you cross-reference that in the Taylor Technologies book, you can find out the exact amount of acid that you need for a certain size swimming pool. It really cuts out a lot of the guesswork that we have to do when it comes to acid, and especially when it comes to muriatic acid. Overdosing leads to a lot of alkalinity issues. This really helps with eliminating that. If you used 1 drop and it didn't get you to the ideal pH range, say you're still sitting at 7.8, you can put in another one, and again, in the back of that book, it has a chart where you can see it took 2 drops, you can go to 15,000 gallons, meet that point in the middle, and it will tell you just how much acid you need in order to adjust the pool. Thank you for watching this video. If you need more information on how to adjust pool chemistry, I have links in the video description to all of the videos where we cover pool chemistry adjustment. If you have any questions, please leave them in a comment below, or you can message us on Instagram, Facebook, or notify our office for any help. Thank you guys for watching. I'm James with Dr. Dean's Pools, and I'll catch you in the next one.